Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Trai's Letter Page. We're talking Disney, Marvel, Fox, Fantastic Four, X-Men, House of M, and Heroes Reborn. Let's go.
The original event, Heroes Reborn, was a crossover story arc published by Marvel Comics from November 1996 to December 1997. Marvel temporarily outsourced the production of Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, and the Fantastic Four to artists like Wildstorm's Jim Lee and Youngblood's Rob Liefeld. This story follows the deaths of the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and Doctor Doom after battling Onslaught, which is Onslaught is a whole nother video that I'll have to go into about the X-Men and Charles Xavier and Magneto. And anyway, back to this. Franklin Richards subconsciously created a pocket universe where those who sacrificed themselves were placed and reborn into new lives that mirrored their past lives in the main MCU. So just like how Civil War was inspired rather than a straight adaptation of the original Civil War comic, it still worked and it was freaking awesome. Events like these should be taken like that, I think, from all over the place, and Heroes Reborn Return would be the same way. In this way, instead of saying that the Avengers and the Fantastic Four vanished from the MCU, we would just say it was the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. I mean, the whole event started because X-Men and Onslaught, so that's something to explore in their solo films and lead up to an MCU event like Age of Apocalypse, maybe? Yeah, Age of Apocalypse, that's better. And the beauty of using the Heroes Reborn and the Heroes Return for the return of the X-Men and the Fantastic Four is you can easily say that all the Fox movies were only fabricated histories. And this could also even affect the returning characters having to deal with these dueling memories now of this fabricated world and the real world that they're now back and a part of. And by the way, for those that don't know, Franklin Richards is the badass reality warping son of Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. Like, he's stupid powerful depending on who writes him. But anyway, at the end of the storyline, the Fantastic Four and the Avengers, the X-Men, if you're going to use this particular storyline, will return to the mainstream Marvel universe by Franklin Richards again in the miniseries Heroes Reborn, The Return, which was once again created in-house at Marvel actually, and plays into a pretty epic meta story if you think about it. Marvel going out there, sending out their top properties. You got Fox or Sony having their top properties, and now they're getting them all back under their one house to be produced by them. That's kind of cool. Now, if the title of the Avengers 4 turns out to be Avengers Heroes Reborn or Avengers Heroes Return, I'm gonna lose my shit, but it probably won't be. Womp womp. Yeah, I know they're probably gonna go with something else. With the X-Men back, there's no need for the Inhumans, because if you saw the show, you know why. Now, from the X-Men side, you can have it where Scarlet Witch had the no more mutants idea after the Onslaught situation, because all the mutants were being persecuted now. So she's like, no more mutants, they disappear from reality. Franklin takes the Fantastic Four to counter Earth, and now you have two reality warping individuals that have separated these individuals from the main MCU. And then once those characters phase back in, now that Disney has the rights, it all makes sense of where they were. And it also shows why the X-Men never met the Fantastic Four in the Fox universes. And best of all, Heroes Reborn and Heroes Return finally brings the first family and Doom back to the universe they created. I mean, you have an adventuring family, they have superpowers, you got Reed, Sue, you can have them married with one kid, which would be Franklin, because now they're back in the real MCU. And then you have the Thing and the Human Torch Johnny with all their powers, and they're just taking vacations, going on trips through time, space, alternate dimensions. Dude. You could even throw in a spin-off of the Future Foundation stuff, and some more Jonathan Hickman stuff there. At some point, maybe on the new Disney streaming service, which is a whole nother video we're gonna get into some other time. Or you can put it on Disney XD. That's been doing really good with Avengers Assemble and Spider-Man. So much world building could be done from this event of Heroes Reborn, Heroes Return that would set the stage for multiple movies. And of course, you always gotta have a villain, and the villain has to match the epicness of the movie. And I'm thinking either Galactus, God Doom from Secret Wars, or Kang the Conqueror. All three Omega level threats that could end worlds and alter realities. I do feel though, this should only take one movie to explain. No need to drag it out. Get in an all new cast for the Fantastic Four and the X-Men that'll go on to star in the main MCU movies with everyone else, person, and we just need to tell the story from the counter Earth and slowly reveal that it's a different Earth than we know. So instead of the Avengers popping up, we get the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and they will be doing the things that the Avengers should be doing. And maybe Franklin shows up on the Fantastic Four's doorstep, and he's like a raving little kid about the world is ending, and then it all ends, and you just destroy counter Earth, and the heroes, of course, are gonna try, and they're just gonna fail, and that would be the closure of those Fox era movies, and we would begin anew as those characters are reborn into the MCU with the Avengers and everyone else. Oh, and most importantly, for the post-credit scene, I would just do a picture with every MCU character available, and you know how they usually use the caption, so-and-so will return in the next movie, but this caption will say, the Fantastic Four and the X-Men have returned. I mean, by simple housekeeping, writing-wise, the only new character you would have to introduce is Franklin Richards and build his backstory within that movie. Everyone else can be introduced in previous movie or have been introduced from the previous movies, actually, from all the Fox movies, and then you can reintroduce any new characters and new developing stories in the solo movies in the future. To me, Onslaught leading into Heroes Reborn and Heroes Return are some of the biggest events of the 90s, and come to think of it, isn't Captain Marvel taking place in the 90s? I mean, Avengers Infinity War draws its name and some elements from several 90s events. I would need a little more information to connect all the dots there, but all I know is that every comic fan just wants to see the Fantastic Four, Avengers, X-Men together in the MCU, finally done the Marvel way. Heroes Reborn, I feel, would be cool, and it would be so cool to see. What do you think? What do you guys think? What do you think would be the best way to bring back the Fantastic Four and the X-Men? Let me know in the comments. Bust my little bubble if you have to. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to click subscribe, like, and share. This is hopefully the first of many